Hi, it's Mark here. On behalf of the incredible team at Truthology, welcome to this brief introduction. I'm standing here in this serene park in Brisbane, and as in many other cities around the world, there are millions of wage slaves trudging off through this thing that we call life. But is life supposed to look this way? Are we designed to work 8 to 12 hours a day, sometimes 6 to 7 days a week? Are we designed to live with the constant stress of debt, taxes, and the 7 million laws and statutes that keep us in servitude? With dis-ease, divorce rates, alcoholism, and bankruptcy rates all on the rise, I'm left wondering if something isn't profoundly sick with today's society. Many small to medium enterprises are funding their failing businesses with credit cards and loans from other family members, while others are falling further and further behind with school fees, car payments, and so on. So I guess this begs the question, why? Unfortunately, the answer is that it's designed to be that way. In our workshops, we discover how the capitalist monetary-based system is specifically designed to fail, and that every 80 to 100 years, it's designed to fail in biblical proportions. The system is also designed to establish you as individuals. Break that word down, individe you all. In most big cities, we don't even seem to know who our neighbours are. I mean, who are they really? We seem to have lost that sense of community. Who are you really? We are not our jobs. In your last days in this lifetime, it's unlikely you'll be reminiscing about your best day at work. Or will you? I believe that's because we are so busy at work, or in busyness, break that word down, that we have forgotten who we really are, beneath the title of the dentist, the lawyer, the truck driver, the teacher, the mechanic. When I look around, I don't know about you, but I notice that the world is pretty messed up. You only need look at the pointless wars we wage, the total inequality of wealth, the forests being raped, pollution levels, the ridiculous desire for consumerism, and constant depleting of human rights. So how have we got here? What drives us to believe that we need all the stuff that we are paying off? In my presentation, available to all Truthology members, we delve into how we allow our beliefs to be shaped by outside forces, and how we can begin to be more conscious of our environment, and therefore reshape our beliefs to create a better world. The legacy we leave our children and their children is up to you. You see, the current economy is based on cyclical consumption. What does that mean? It means that virtually everything you buy these days is designed with planned obsolescence in mind. Do you remember Nana's old fridge or washing machine that used to take 3 big blokes to lift? Until the last 30 or 40 years, things used to be built to last. Nowadays, you probably all realise that items are built with very limited lifespan. It's the only way to keep this current economy going. Unfortunately, whilst you think it's you who's footing the bill, it's actually Mother Earth who is paying. So there you are, trying to keep up with the Joneses, with the latest iPhone, car, home theatre system, and so on, having to pay for it all by working so hard. And let me ask you, did you pay cash for that car, or your home, or even the home theatre system? Chances are you borrowed the money, yeah? Welcome to being one of the billions of debt slaves on planet Earth right now. I owe, it's off to work I go. Snow White had it right. Let us have a look at what most people's day looks like. But before we do, let's talk about the tax system we all love so much. I'd like to read something that one of my clients emailed me the other day. Building permit tax, cigarette tax, corporate income tax, GST, fishing license tax, food license tax, fuel tax, hunting license tax. Here's a good one, inheritance tax, inventory tax, liquor tax, luxury tax, marriage license tax, real estate tax, capital gains tax, social securities tax, the list goes on. Still think it's funny? Not one of these taxes existed 100 years ago, and yet we lived in one of the most prosperous countries on earth. Coming up now is just one section of the online learning program. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. This is how most people's day looks. I did this for Steph when I first met her. We caught up for a breakfast or a brunch or something, and remember I ran through this on a napkin? So we've got 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So here's the average PAYG, or pay-as-you-go earner. Gets to work at 9 o'clock. They work till roughly 11:30, paying what? Income tax. And that's going where? You reckon most people know that? They'd be happy with that? What are we borrowing from the IMF for? What have most nations borrowed the IMF for? War. So I don't want to be too brash here, but if you're happy to pay income tax from now and ratify legalised genocide, that's up to you. Then from roughly 11:30 till 2 o'clock, you're paying indirect taxes on your bread, your water, your pet, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Then from 2 till 4, you're paying your mortgage, debt till death, or rent, which is somebody else's debt till death. Yeah. And then from 4 till 5 is you. How's your day looking? Tell me I'm wrong. I've got a big chin. Stand up, tell me I'm wrong. I think roughly 2 to 4 hours a day we hunt and gather, and the rest of it should be what, darling?
Making love and picking berries.
Yep. Absolutely. But look how much time is spent in the illusion with all these fictitious digits. So how do you feel about trudging off to work now? I'm guessing a lot of you didn't realise your day could have been broken down that way. Now let's add insult to injury. Would you like to learn how the financial institutions make money out of thin air using your signature and then have the audacity to charge you an application fee and then interest on top of that? By the way, application means to beg. I've been holding workshops on this information for quite some time, and it still amazes me when I ask people where they think money came from for their mortgage, their car loan. Mortgage, by the way, means debt till death. Some still say, other people's deposits? When you become a Truthology member, you will learn exactly how the banks and other institutions literally make money from the stroke of a computer key. The RBA on its own website indicates that less than 3%, 2.83% to be precise, of all currency exists in coins and notes. The rest literally exists in cyberspace and was created out of thin air. Here's another short section from the online learning program about how you can question this area with the banks for amazing results. When we were setting up the business that I went into that I can't talk about, back in the 90s, we did what was called securitized lending, which is like where the subprime market came from. And not to bore you, but essentially this is where I sort of back then even thought, how did we do that? So how securitized lending works is that we create a bond. Okay, so we might picture a bond as a warehouse, and we might say we're going